back in its final home appearance of 1977.
Well, Ray, the impetus now is switched to Penn State's offense to have to move the ball a little bit more consistently. They've made some nice plays, but when they had a chance to score down here, if you've seen overshot Schuler, they missed on a couple other plays. They have to really come and put a sustained drive together.
Sherrill kicks. Booker Moore. At a point like this, playing away from home is when a team must show its poise. Penn State now down 10-7, first and 10 at the Penn State 20-yard line. Let's see what this young Nittany Lion team will do. Steve Geis is the tailback. Bob Torrey is the fullback. Torrey, 7 yards to the 27. Where sophomore middle guard John Stanton of Haddonfield, New Jersey, makes the stop. So now North Carolina State has been doing some substituting, trying to keep a fresh team on the field.
Ray, there's plenty of time. There's no reason to get panicky here. State will try to grind it out, I believe.
Second down and 4.
The flag down.
Bob Torrey, I think, was in motion. I believe that Torrey started too soon. Illegal motion, that's correct.
Well, that hurts, Ray, that hurts.
So it will be 2nd and 9 now at the 21-yard line. And Penn State has made a lot of little mistakes today.
Right. In fact, they've had more little mistakes than they've had since the opening game. And this is their biggest challenge to date, to come back against a good team playing away from home. That time, they've been running Torrey away from the slot formation when they're in a double wing because North Carolina State is overshifting that way.
Suey at fullback on 2nd and 9. Cephalo could not quite hold on. It will be 3rd and 9, and a very big third down play indeed for Penn State. Trailing North Carolina State 10-7. 5 minutes and 18 seconds left to play in the third quarter.
Cephalo was open on that. It was a deep out, going for the first down, trip formation, just a little too high. Would have been a great catch.
Is down. The pass was intended for Suey, but a flag is down.
I think it's interference on Bassett, which was the wide receiver to the top of the screen. Let's see.
Let's see what we have.
No.
Interference, North Carolina State. First down, Penn State. So there is a break for Penn State. Now let us see if Penn State can take advantage of a truly big break. It would have been 4th down. First down, Penn State.
Well, yeah, this is a key drive, right? You know, they got a fourth quarter to go, but they got to get some points up as early as they can right now.
After North Carolina State moved in front, Penn State now has a first down at the Penn State 32-yard line as a result of a penalty against North Carolina State. Torrey gets a first down at the 43-yard line of Penn State. Big Bob Torrey.
Ray, they just hand the ball to Torrey to go to the outside, to the side of the slot formation. Now, he's big and strong. If he can turn the corner like this, get that steam upfield, they can 5-yard, 6-yard North Carolina State to death. They must hang on to the football and mix up a few play-action passes in the drive.
Maybe I was premature. There's a measurement for the down, but I thought he had it. Let's see. Yes, first down.
You know, Ray, Penn State's playing without their great offensive tackle, Keith Dorney, number 71, who's a great leader out there in situations such as this. So now somebody has to take a hold and say to you guys on offensive line, let's get it done. Let's get it done right now.
Sophomore Irv Pankey is playing in place of Gorney. Mickey Schuler for a short gain of about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6 at the Penn State 46.
Well, he had Schuler off the fake to Torrey, but he didn't want to go to Schuler. His primary receiver was Cephalo deep, and he was covered, so he went to Schuler for sure.
2nd and 6 at the Penn State 46. Good crowd of about 45,000 here at Carter Stadium. Fitzke goes to the right. Cephalo in motion.
Wide open.
Fitzke. Fumble. North Carolina State has the ball.
Kucina's looking for Fitzke coming across the screen. Cephalo went in motion. Here he is, right in the center of the screen. Good reception. He gets popped here. The ball comes up. Can't see who got it.
Woody Wilson.
Wilson got it. Big break for North Carolina State.
So North Carolina State has now come up with 3 Penn State turnovers. This one at the North Carolina State 42-yard line. 4 minutes, 12 seconds to play, third quarter. North Carolina State leading 10-7. Johnson gets 2 yards. Ran into Randy Sidler. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Now that's twice that Kucina passes have either been caught by a receiver, as in this case by Fitzke, and then popped loose and intercepted, or went off the hands of a receiver and then intercepted.
Right.
2nd down, 8, North Carolina State. Hostetler ran Ted Brown out of bounds. It will be 3rd down and 3.
This is a quick sweep, quick pitch to Brown. Clark puts the pressure on. Goodman comes up real quick, holds him to a short gain.
3rd and 3, North Carolina State. At the North Carolina State 49-yard line.
Beautiful.
Great play by Neil Hutton. Loss of 2. It is going to be 4th down.
This is a counter option. Evans fakes, comes out the other way, looking for the pitch. Here it comes. Hutton comes up real fast, makes a beautiful play.
Johnny Evans to punt. Cephalo back to receive. Oh, what a punt. Oh, he went out of bounds with it. Let's see where it is marked.
Hey, that was not as deep as you think. That was about the 25-yard line.
It went out of bounds at the Penn State 23, and so with the score, North Carolina State 10, Penn State 7. We'll be back with third quarter action right after this. Say when. Penn State was intercepted. The Penn State defense forced a North Carolina State punt. Penn State first down, Penn State 23-yard line. Very short gain for Steve Geis. Maybe 2 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Linebacker Jim Butler made the stop. There's Randy Sidler. Penn State's outstanding middle guard taking a breather.
It's just got to stop making its mistakes. That's what's stopping itself right now. That's what's stopping the drive.
Penn State 2nd and 8. Penn State 25-yard line. Fitzke with a first down at the 37-yard line. Woodrow Wilson made the tackle, but it's a first down, Penn State.
Again, play action here, the fake of the off tackle to Geis. Fitzke does a curl in about 12 yards to the middle of the screen. Right here, comes back to the ball, which he's supposed to do. It's a good first down.
2 minutes to play, third quarter, and Bo Ryan does the pacing across the field. The head coach of North Carolina State. Torrey. 3 yards to the 40. Ran into linebacker Bob Michael, a senior from Burlington, New Jersey. Bill Banks, defensive end for Penn State. New football comes into play. Second down, about 7 at the Penn State 40. Mickey Schuler all the way to the North Carolina State 39-yard line before Richard Carter makes the tackle.
Again, a fake of the off tackle. This is Schuler coming right to left of the sidelines here. He's wide open. Now, North Carolina State is daring Penn State to throw the football. They're going man-to-man on their fine receivers, Fitzke and Sepple on first downs, and they're throwing the ball. They should hit a big one soon.
Steve Geis.
Outside, you got it.
Geis is all the way down to the 29-yard line. He might have a first down before Tommy London makes the tackle.
Well, State's on the march. Here it is. Supposed to go inside. Sealdorf takes it to the outside, sees a seam, vaults into there, running real tough. This is a good drive. Penn State must put points on the board.
Number 54 is Bruce Clark. We're watching while the officials are measuring for the down. Is it? No. Inches short. It will be second down at the North Carolina State 29-yard line. Only a minute and 12 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Matt Suhey replaces Bob Torrey at fullback.
Well, Ray, Joe might go for all the marbles here. It's a good down to throw on. Let's see.
Bassett is wide left. Cephalo in a slot to the left. Lucina tried to hit Cephalo. There's Matt Millen. It will be third now and inches at the 29-yard line of North Carolina State.
I expected him to throw, but from play action, that time actually Bassett was wide open, the deep man, with single coverage on him, and I just can't wait when they're going to hit one of these guys deep because they're playing man-to-man coverage so much on their wide receivers, they're getting 3 deep.
Suhey gets a first down. About the 27-yard line. It'll be first and 10 Penn State. 1 minute, 1 second remaining, third quarter. Penn State scored first, led 7-0. North Carolina State with a field goal, 7-3 at the half. Then North Carolina State moved into the lead, and right now it is 10-7 in favor of the Wolfpack. Here goes Steve Geis.
He's going to take it down to the free.
Steve Geis all the way to the free.
Ray, watch this play. This is
double tight end. Suhey to the 1. It will be second and goal at the 1. And I don't know if there is time for another play in the third quarter.
All right, Geis leads up, goes high, awful tough to stop. But you know, Ray, I almost thought I saw Guthrie jump again, who was on the wing at that time. You cannot make a mistake down in this part of the field.
10 seconds left in the quarter.
Three.
Suey, touchdown.
What a football game. Here we got it. Here goes Suey, Matt up and over. He's in by a good yard.
With 1 second to play in the quarter. Now, Matt Barr will try for Penn State's 14th point.
Kick is good. Penn State 14 and the Wolfpack 10. Tickets for next Saturday's game with Duke and Durham will be on sale daily at the
Quarter will
Coliseum
end
post office.
in the course of the kickoff, which is coming up, as Penn State regains the lead against a really dangerous North Carolina State team. I never would have guessed that North Carolina State could run the way they have been able to run against Penn State, George.
Well, their offensive line has done a great job. They have a very excellent game plan, changing their different offensive sets, forcing Penn State to move their defenses and making big plays. Brown's big quick hitter up the middle and a couple of good option plays.
Penn State has just regained the lead on a short touchdown run by Matt Suey. Barr's extra point was good. Penn State is leading 14-10. 1 second left in the third quarter as Barr prepares to kick off. Ralph Stringer at the 22-yard line. Larry Cuban, who makes tackle after tackle as a member of the special team. There was no further scoring. The quarter ended with the score, Penn State 14, North Carolina State 10. We'll be back with fourth quarter action right after this.
Well, right here, let's watch this. This ball bounces off one NC State defensive back right into the hands of another, and that's the way it goes.
We're back with fourth quarter action with Penn State in control of the football. We're back with fourth quarter action with North Carolina State in control of the football. North Carolina State has a 1st and 10 at the Wolfpack 23-yard line as we get ready for the fourth quarter.
Ray, this is Penn State's defense's biggest challenge right here, this series of downs. If they can stop North Carolina State cold, it'll take some of that momentum they have offensively away from them.
Johnny Evans at quarterback. Ted Brown, number 23, the only setback, and he is a great one. Ted Brown gets it out to the 29-yard line, a 6-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 6. He is having truly a great day.
Well, Ray, they have three receivers on one side, all blocking for Brown, leading up in here. Penn State's defense gets caught a little bit to the inside here.
2nd down, 3.5 at the North Carolina State 30. Two wide receivers to the right, Johnson and Hall. First down, Ted Brown. At the North Carolina State 35-yard line, Tom DePasso and Rick Donaldson make the stop.
Donaldson makes the tackle.
You know, Ray, that's by design. When they put those two receivers out wide and Penn State slides the linebacker to that side, they're popping Brown quick up over the middle. They have to stop this.
Junior Paul Suey, number 65, is in at a linebacking position. tried to hit Randy Hall, did Johnny Evans, and now North Carolina State has a 2nd and 10. Mike Gooman had that defended well.
Yeah, it's an order ball. He's checking off. He's trying to hit Randy up at the top of the screen there. Does a sideline and up right here. Gooman's got inside position right there, deflects the ball.
Now North Carolina State 2nd and 10. Hall to the right. Marshall to the left. There goes Ted Brown.
Flag down.
Great back. A truly great running back, Ted Brown, with a first down at the 50.
Okay, this is a lead draw. Penn State's expecting a pass. I believe Randy Sidler gets caught to the inside. Brown makes a good outside cut. They have to anticipate this. They're running that lead draw on passing situations.
Ricky Adams, number 44, replaces Ted Brown. The other running back is Timmy Johnson. For Johnny Evans, and a penalty marker is down at the line of scrimmage.
I think we might get holding.
Offside, Penn State. So now North Carolina State can accept the penalty, and it'll be 1st and 5 at the Penn State 45.
I think it's Bruce Clark here, right at the top of your screen. Every once in a while, his flanker they have coming back to the formation is cracking down a little below the waist, and we might get a call on that.
Petruccio replaces Matt Clark. 13:56 left in a truly outstanding football game. Penn State has a very shaky lead, 14-10. There's that halfback option pass that worked earlier. Johnson tried to hit his big tight end, Lynn Dawson. Neil Hutton made a fine play.
This is pass all the way. You can see the ball carrier fixing the ball in his hand right here. Penn State should smell this when he comes in and trying this play all the time. Right here, the receiver was wide open.
A new running back. We have not yet seen number 15, Ray Harris. And he's in the game now in the backfield. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 5. Two yards for Harris. It'll be 3rd and 3, and Petruccio made a good defensive play. I think a moment ago I combined the names of Clark and Millen. I said Matt Clark instead of Bruce Clark.
You stand corrected. That was a big defensive play right now. They have to make this first down or make a decision what they're going to do with the football. I'm talking about North Carolina State.
3rd and 2.
Watch out for that sweep to Brown. There it is. Penn State's offside.
It's a first down for North Carolina State. So North Carolina State moving the ball beautifully has a first down inside the Penn State 40.
Well, Ray, they went with the sweep, but they gave the ball to Harris, but Sidler's offsides here. As you can see, he makes contact before the ball snapped. Possibly some of the Penn State defensive interior people are getting a little tired now.
Ray Harris. Now, I've been saying Ray Harris. Ray Harris is listed as number 15, but it's actually Ted Brown
with a different number.
He has switched jerseys.
Right. Had me confused doing that sweep. Now that time, that's the same side that they're making all that big runs over their right guard.
It's a first down at the Penn State 13-yard line. Timmy Johnson left the game limping. So it is Vickers and Brown, the setbacks. Vickers gets about a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. Bill Banks with a fine defensive effort.
Yeah, Ray, what State's doing, they're going into their short yardage defense, their goal line defense here. This could possibly be the ball game. They'll play man-to-man coverage on the outside and dare North Carolina State to throw the ball. But they must.
2nd down, 9.
It looked like the left guard might have been off there.
Johnny Evans is down to the 6. It is going to be 3rd and 3.
Right, Ray, you can still, here it is, the option play, decides to keep, they shut off the inside. Right here, I think that was DeAnge, had the quarterback supposed to fall inside, was a little late.
Now, for Penn State, Doug Hostetler comes in, an additional defensive back. It is a big 3rd and 3 coming up. Coming up at the end of the game, we'll update you on Penn State's remaining 2 opponents, Temple and Pitt. Temple Sports Information Director Al Schreier will be on the phone with Stan Savran. That's the scoreboard show after the game. 3rd and 3.
We'll be coming.
It will be 1st and goal inside the 1.
Again, the same play, Ray. Whoever is responsible for quarterback is getting over there late.
First and goal at the Penn State 1. Minutes left to play in the game. Penn State leading by 4. Fumble!
Penn State has it.
Penn State football.
And guess who's got the football?
Matt Millen has the ball. Now, I don't know whether he actually recovered it or not. I'm going to wait for the officials. No. The officials say North Carolina State has it. The Penn State players do not believe it. Let's wait and see. Here's the play now.
Well, let's see. Here it goes. It's down. It's on the ground. There's about 90 hands in there. Looks like Millen comes up with it.
I don't know.
Oh, it's impossible from this angle. But whether they blew the ball dead when Evans came on it right away or not, we don't know.
It is second and goal at the 2.
The Vickers here. Good offensive surge by the left side of North Carolina's space line. That was a great try by the Wolfpack.
So now Jay Sherrill will try for North Carolina State's 17th point. With the score now, North Carolina State 17, Penn State 14. We'll be back with fourth quarter action right after this. Did they announce it? North Carolina State hungry for an upset, trying for a win in its final home game. Leading Penn State 17-14. 10 minutes, 36 seconds left in the game. Cephalo and Booker Moore are deep. Sherrill getting ready to kick off. Great kick. No run back. So Penn State must start from the Penn State 20-yard line.
Ray, this is probably the biggest drive of the year for them right here. They have plenty of time. There's 10 and a half minutes to go. One long drive, good ball control. Beat up the clock.
Following a North Carolina State touchdown, North Carolina State kickoff. Penn State at the Penn State 20. Steve Geis is nailed for a loss, and there's no doubt about it now. North Carolina State has reached an emotional high.
Right, Ray. Penn State tries to go off tackle here. The whole defensive left side of North Carolina State blitz to the inside. They'll make them throw the football.
Second down, 12 at the Penn State 18. Bassett to the left, Fitzke to the right. Schuler.
I'll be gone. Said he stepped out of bounds, Ray.
Back at the Penn State 38-yard line, Schuler went out of bounds.
Here's Schuler coming right to left. Play action, tight end coming across. Again, a fine reception. They say he stepped out of bounds. Right? Can't see it from here.
It's a first down at the Penn State 39-yard line. Cephalo. 6 yards. Penalty marker down. A penalty marker is down. Let's see what we have. Offside, North Carolina State. The play gains 6 yards. It'll either be 2nd and 4 or 1st and 5.
All right, they'll take the penalty.
Second-year head coach Bo Ryan of North Carolina State. Oh, what a victory could mean for him today.
Well, win or lose, he has them well prepared.
On the 44.
Following a 5-yard penalty against North Carolina State for being offside, Penn State has a first down and 5 at the Penn State 44-yard line. 9:43 left in the game. North Carolina State leading 17-14. Torrey gets a couple of very tough yards. It is going to be 2nd down and 3 at the Penn State 46.
You know, Ray, North Carolina State is sliding their defensive linemen one side or the other. They're guessing a little bit. You guess right, fine. If Penn State pops one, you're going to get a big gain.
Steve Geis. First down at the North Carolina State 48-yard line. Torrey and Schuler led the blocking.
Here's a pitch from the I formation, trying to get outside to the right of your screen. There's Torrey in front. Schuler does a reach block here. Knocks over Springer, makes the big first down.
9 minutes and 4 seconds left to play. Fitzke comes right. Bassett is wide left. Geis gets 3 yards to the 45. It will be 2nd down 7 as Tom Prangay, a senior tackle from Colonia, New Jersey, makes the stop. And one of the Penn State players has been injured. Is it John Dunn? Mickey Schuler, the great tight end, is injured. When play resumes, Penn State will have a 2nd and 7 at the North Carolina State 45-yard line.
Ray, State's starting to get outside a little bit more than they had in the first half. And right now, they cannot make a mistake, obviously, or they'll probably lose the ball game. But if they continue to execute 4 and 5 at a time like this, they have an excellent chance to get the go-ahead touchdown.
Chuck Bucina is, there he is, talking with Joe Paterno. Schuler is still receiving attention. Ron LaPointe, the junior from Holliston, Massachusetts, will replace him. Second and 7, North Carolina State 45-yard line. And Schuler is able to run off the field. Fitzke and Cephalo to the left. No gain for Steve Geis. Sophomore tackle Simon Gupton made a fine play, and now a crucial third down. 3rd and 7 at the North Carolina State 45. And time becomes increasingly important. 8 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game and the clock running. An additional defensive back, Ronnie Lee, goes in, a freshman, number 26 for North Carolina State. The ball was tipped by Richard Carter. A great defensive play by Carter.
Well, Ray, you know, let's watch this here. Actually, the back coming out, sleeping out was wide open. He threw it into heavy traffic here. Undercover man tips the ball. There were 3 people around Bassett. They guessed right that time.
So Fitzke will punt with 8 minutes and 1 second remaining, and North Carolina State leading 17-14. He's aiming for the corner.
Penn State bounce.
Great break at the 4-yard line of North Carolina State. With the score, North Carolina State 17, Penn State 14. We'll be back with fourth quarter action right after this. Penn State, a third down pass was incomplete. It was tipped. Penn State had to punt. North Carolina State has it. 1st and 10 at the North Carolina State 4-yard line. Ted Brown gets it out to the 8. It will be 2nd down 6. And right here, with time running out, is obviously the key drive of the game. 7.5 minutes left in the game.
Well, Ray, that's the play Brown broke for the long one before. He almost broke that back against the grain. Those linebackers got to get up a little tighter in here. Didn't make it.
Brown to the 17. It'll be 3rd and 2.5. Brown has carried 30 times for 224 yards. What a great performance. Number 15. He started out as number 23, but now he's number 15.
Penn State should come with everybody. I think they got it across.
He gets the first down. First down, North Carolina State. At the North Carolina State 16-yard line.
Ray, this is Brown's speed that gets the first down. This is the sweep. Penn State knows it's coming. They're coming with everybody. They're forcing the corner. Banks, he cuts back here, and his feet alone got the first down.
The clock continues to run. 6.5 minutes left to play. Vickers to the 19. It will be 2nd down 7. And a Of course, you can count that about every running play will take 30 seconds. And North Carolina State today has piled up a most impressive 300 yards plus on the ground. 2nd and 7. Close to another first down is Ted Brown.
Ray, for the sake of our fans, what they're doing, this is a straight handoff. He's just looking for the open area right here. Cuts it back to his left, behind the linebacker here. You have to have a little better backside fill if they're going to stop that play.
Third and less than 1. It's very, very close as Brown carried.
To the 26, Petruccio makes the tackle.
I don't think he got it from here. This will be interesting to see what North Carolina State does.
There'll be a timeout from
I would have to believe that with 5 minutes and 10 seconds remaining that they will gamble, because they've been able to gain on almost every running play of this game. First down.
They don't have to gamble. They got it.
Now Penn State just about has to stop the next 3 plays. First down at the North Carolina State 26-yard line. The elusiveness of a Ted Brown turned a no-gainer into an 8-yard gain.
Right, Ray, watch this cut. They have him. 2 men have him to the outside. Here's the pitch. Nowhere to go. Ooh, puts on the brakes. They overrun it, and he makes a good gain.
2nd down and 1 at the North Carolina State 35 with that much time remaining. In fact, that much time away from a major upset.
Well, they have to force a turnover.
This is one of the great individual performances of this season on any field by Ted Brown.
Not only that, though, Ray, his offensive line's doing a great job. State's got 2 men in the gaps right here. Has a quick trap. They're reading the defenses that Penn State are in and taking advantage of them for themselves.
The offensive line of Dieterich, Gillespie, Richer, Callaway, and Hitt. Outstanding. First down, North Carolina State 41-yard line. No gain. Mike Gooman made a fine defensive play. North Carolina State will have a 2nd and 10. The next time the ball is snapped, only about 3 minutes will remain.
Right, Ray, here's the fake. Come down the option. Evans going to pitch the ball. I know Penn State's playing recklessly here. They know they have to get the ball. They force them deep.
Here's Ferris in the 4th quarter.
Brown is injured.
13.
Ted Brown is injured. With the score, North Carolina State 17, Penn State 14. We'll be back with 4th quarter action right after this.
4th quarter, Maryland 19, Villanova 13. The half, Auburn 13, Mississippi State 13.
Ted Brown has carried unofficially 37 times, 249 yards. North Carolina State has a 2nd and 10. At the North Carolina State 41-yard line, 3 minutes, 25 seconds left in the game. Ricky Adams gets 4 yards. North Carolina State has a 3rd and 6 at the North Carolina State 45-yard line.
All right, this is the big play for Penn State. They have to stop here if they have any designs of getting the ball back.
3rd and 6. Now, North Carolina State is right now asking for a timeout. 2 minutes and 51 seconds left. Now, actually, George, this timeout could work in favor of Penn State because it stops the clock with 2:51 remaining.
Absolutely, Ray. I think that Coach Ryan has his quarterback over there. They're trying to decide on 3rd and 6, do we dare put the ball in the air? Or if we do, what's a good, safe pass? They don't want to put the ball back into Penn State's hands right now.
Coming up at the end of the game, Stan Savran will talk with Temple Sports Information Director Al Schreier and Dean Billick, Pitt Sports Information Director. Each will give an in-depth analysis of their squads. That's Stan Savran and the Scoreboard Show. While Johnny Evans has been consulting with the North Carolina State coaches, Ron Hostetler has been talking with the Penn State coaches. 3rd and 6.5. The ball at the North Carolina State 44.5-yard line. 2 minutes, 51 seconds left in the game. North Carolina State with a 17-14 lead. Marshall goes right. Moody comes left. No gain, maybe a yard. It is 4th down. Penn State has asked for a timeout. Randy Sidler made a fine play on Vickers.
Well, Ray, they anticipated the draw play there. Sidler comes in the gap. Millen closes down to the inside right here. Watch it. They're ready for it that time. And now Penn State's going to get one more chance.
So Penn State has 2 timeouts remaining. Jimmy Cephalo will be back to accept an anticipated punt from Johnny Evans.
Ray, what do you think? Will they put the rush on or go for the return? It's a tough decision to make. I almost think that they will go for the return to try to get some field position to operate.
Evans, up until today, has been averaging 43 yards per punt. Cephalo is standing at the Penn State 11. And we're ready to go in a real thriller in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Went for the block.
Cephalo at
All
the
by
10.
himself.